I never thought I'd wake up in the body of the man who ruined my life. But here I was, staring at my old reflection, Emma's wide-eyed face twisted in confusion, through the cracked mirror of a dingy motel room in rural Ohio. The swap happened in a heartbeat, courtesy of some black market neural tech he'd peddled to desperate kids at Westfield High. And now I had his name, his voice, his goddamn fingerprints. My first act? I burned his confession letter right there on the sink, the flames licking up like the revenge I'd been starving for since he framed me for the embezzlement that shuttered the school I loved. It started 2 years ago, when Principal Harlan Graves decided Westfield High was his personal piggy bank. He siphoned funds meant for our underfunded art program, my program, into offshore accounts, all while preaching community values from his pulpit of a corner office. I was the fall guy, the idealistic 28-year-old drama teacher who'd trusted him with the books. He planted the evidence, whispered to the board that I was unstable, and just like that, I was arrested. My name dragged through the local rag as the thieving millennial who betrayed our kids. Prison was hell, 6 months of fluorescent lights and whispers, but it was the betrayal that carved me hollow. My fiancé left. My parents disowned me for the shame. And the school? It teetered on closure. Ghosts haunting empty classrooms where dreams used to bloom. But Harlan? He walked free. Promoted even to superintendent of the district. Power like that doesn't come cheap. Rumors swirled of bribes to the school board. Favors from the mayor's cronies. He was untouchable. A silver-haired fox in a suit, charming donors at galas while our kids scraped by with outdated textbooks. I clawed my way out on a technicality. His sloppy accounting finally caught a prosecutor's eye, but by then, the damage was done. I was persona non grata in Milford, Ohio, crashing on a cousin's couch, applying for jobs that ghosted me faster than a bad Tinder date. Revenge? It simmered. But I was broken, and outgunned. That's when I heard about the swap. Underground forums, the kind where conspiracy nuts and black hat hackers swap recipes for chaos. Harlan wasn't just a thief. He was experimenting with body-swapping tech. A prototype from some Silicon Valley dropout who'd fled to the Rust Belt. It was meant for the elite, CEOs trading aging husks for younger vessels, but Harlan twisted it for control. Swap with a rival board member. Whisper secrets in their voice. Seal deals no one questions. He tested it on strays first. Junkies. Runaways. But the glitch? It left echoes, memories bleeding through like bad acid trips. I infiltrated his circle posing as a freelance journalist. All honeyed questions and feigned admiration. One rainy night at a district fundraiser, I spiked his bourbon with a counteragent I'd bought off a forum ghost for my last $500. The swap hit like a freight train. 1 second, Emma, nursing a watered-down soda in the shadows. The next, I'm him, tall, broad-shouldered, tasting cigar, ash on my tongue. He was in my body, disoriented, stumbling toward the bathroom. I locked eyes with myself in the mirror, saw the panic in those familiar green eyes. "What the fuck did you do?" he hissed in my voice. I smiled in his smug face. "Payback's a bitch. Harlan. Welcome to rock bottom." That was hook number 2. I didn't kill him. Not yet. Instead, I drove his Cadillac, my Cadillac now, out to that same motel, his wallet fat with cash and cards. My body, occupied by his slimy soul, was bundled into the trunk, zip-tied and gagged with his own tie. The drive was silent except for the muffled thumps and the wipers slapping rain. I felt his memories seeping in, the first embezzlement, A loan from the PDA fund to cover his gambling debts, the night he framed me, forging my signature on dummy checks while I rehearsed our town with the drama club. Betrayal doesn't taste like bile. It tastes like cheap scotch and regret. By dawn, I'd stashed me, in the motel's root cellar, a forgotten relic from Prohibition days. He begged through the gag, eyes wild in my face. "Emma, please. I can fix this. The board owes me." I crouched low, our faces inches apart, his arrogance staring back from my features. "Fix it? You stole my life, Harlan. Now I'm borrowing yours." I injected him with a sedative. Watched my eyelids flutter shut. The text echo let me access his phone. Text to mistresses. Emails to corrupt contractors. But the real gold? A hidden folder labeled Westfield Legacy. Schematics for the swap device. Logs of tests on students, kids he'd lured with promises of life-changing opportunities, only to leave them catatonic. Shells swapping back wrong. That's when the hook twisted deeper. Those kids weren't junkies. They were our kids. Westfield's at-risk teens, the ones from trailer parks and fractured homes. Promised scholarships for beta testing. He'd buried it all, pinning the overdoses on fentanyl, but the autopsies screamed neural overload. My drama club star, little Mia Rodriguez, 16 and fierce as wildfire, she'd been one of them. Found slumped in the auditorium, chalked up to teen angst suicide. I'd mourned her, lit candles at vigils, never knowing Harlan's hand had pulled the strings. Rage boiled, but I played it cool. Day 2 in his skin. I strode into the district office like I owned it because I did, on paper. Harlan Graves barked orders, demanded updates on the closure vote. The board was set to pull the plug on Westfield High next week. Budget shortfalls, they said, ignoring the $2 million he'd funneled away. I nodded along, all grave concern, while plotting. Anonymous tips first. Leaked emails to the Milford Gazette, redacted just enough to spark outrage without fingering the source. Superintendent in embezzlement scandal, the headline screamed by noon. Protests erupted outside City Hall, parents, teachers, kids with signs, "Save our school." Harlan, in my body, woke groggy in the cellar. I brought him takeout, ironic. A Big Mac from the drive-thru where Mia used to flip burgers. "Eat up, Emma," I said, mocking his drawl. "You've got a show to put on." The plan crystallized. Use his power to undo the damage, but twist it controversial. I'd expose the corruption from within, but not before making him confess in my voice. Record it, broadcast it anonymously. The swap tech had a reversal code, risky, could fry our brains, but I'd force it at the climax. Let the world see the real Harlan crumble in Emma's innocent shell. Days blurred. As Harlan, I charmed donors, unlocked frozen funds, rallied the board with fiery speeches cribbed from his memories. Westfield isn't just a school, it's the heart of Milford. The crowds ate it up, chanting "Save Westfield," while I slipped deeper into his skin, his golf swing, his backroom deals. But the echoes haunted, flashes of his childhood abuse. Daddy's belt leaving welts, explaining the monster he'd become. Pity flickered, but revenge is a jealous god. No mercy for the man who'd sacrificed kids for his empire. Meanwhile, Emma vanished me, the fugitive teacher. Cops dragged the river. Whispers of scandal tying back to the leaks. Harlan pounded the cellar walls, his voice, mine, cracking. "You're destroying everything. The board will bury this." I laughed. A deep rumble not my own. Good. Let them dig their own graves. The climax brewed at the town hall meeting, packed shoulder to shoulder with furious locals. Rain lashed the windows, thunder rumbling like Judgment Day. I took the podium as Harlan, voice steady. Tonight, I confess. Gasps rippled. I laid it bare, the embezzlement, the framing, the experiments. Emma wasn't the thief. I was. And worse, I preyed on our vulnerable youth. Proof flashed on the screen behind me. Docs. Videos. The swap logs. Chaos erupted, screams. Chairs toppling. Cops swarmed. But I'd timed it. Anonymous servers beamed the feed live to every device in Milford. In the wings, I dragged a sedated Emma on stage. Hooked to the reversal rig, a jury-rigged laptop and electrodes smuggled from his lab. As the crowd bayed for blood, I initiated the swap back. Agony ripped through, neurons firing like fireworks in my skull. His memories surged, the guilt he'd buried, the night he chose power over people. Then, click, bodies realigning. I blinked, back in my skin, small and trembling, while Harlan staggered up in his own flesh, face ashen. "You bitch," he wheezed, lunging. Security tackled him. The hall exploded, flashes popping. Chants of justice for Emma. But the twist hit like lightning. In the final echo dump, his phone buzzed. A text from me, no. From the real Emma. Pre-swap. I'd found his files months ago. Confronted him privately. He didn't frame me. I begged him to cover for me. I'd skimmed the funds first, not for greed, but to pay off Mia's medical bills after her test went wrong. She was my half-sister, secret from a fling. And the experiments? I'd volunteered her, thinking it was legit. Harlan took the fall publicly to protect the board, his cronies, including our mayor father. The reversal wasn't revenge. It was absolution turned poison. The crowd turned. Eyes on me, Emma. The real villain. Sirens wailed outside. Harlan, cuffed and smirking, whispered as they hauled him away. Family secrets. Kid. They always bite back. I stood there, rain drumming. The school saved but my soul damned. Was it justice or just another swap? Milford debated for months, hero or monster. Me? I vanished into the night, anonymous once more, the weight of 2 lives heavier than one. The aftermath crashed like a hangover after that bender of a town hall. Milford, Ohio, quintessential flyover frenzy, didn't know whether to canonize me or crucify me. By morning, the Gazette ran dual fronts. Superintendent confesses in shocking swap scandal above the fold. And buried below. Twist, framed teacher's dark secret unearthed. Social media ignited. Hashtags like Save Westfield and Emma exposed trending from Cleveland to Columbus. I holed up in a different motel. This one off I-71. Nursing bruises from the swap's backlash, migraines that felt like Harlan's ghost pounding my temples. My body ached like I'd run a marathon in heels, every nerve raw from the neural scramble. But freedom? It tasted like ash. With Harlan in cuffs, the district unfroze the funds overnight. Westfield High got a reprieve, new roof, stocked library. Even that art program resurrected with a grant from guilt-ridden donors. Kids who'd marched with signs now texted thanks to an anonymous number I'd set up, burner phone. Prepaid. The works. Whoever you are, you saved us. One read from a sophomore named Tyler, Mia's old understudy. It should have warmed the cockles. But all I felt was the chill of that text from myself, the pre-swap confession Harlan had hoarded like a loaded gun. Flashback to a year ago. Post-arrest. Pre-prison. I'd cornered him in his office after lights out. The school silent except for the hum of vending machines. Harlan. It was me. The money for Mia's treatments. The swap fried her brain. Doctors wanted experimental stem cells. $200,000 off books. Tears streamed. But his eyes? Cold calculation. Emma.
Darling.
You're digging your own grave. But the board. They're invested. I cover for you. Pin it on a ghost account. And we both walk. A deal with the devil. Sealed with his pinky swear and my desperate nod. He framed a fictional outside hacker. But when the heat turned my way, my access logs too clean, he flipped. Planting evidence to shield the real culprits, his poker buddies on the board. Including Mayor Elias Grant, my biological father.
A secret?
He'd known about Mia all along. Paid hush money to my mom back in '09. That twist inverted everything. My revenge wasn't purging evil, it was exhuming my own skeletons. Harlan's arrest bought time. But the feds were circling, FBI white-collar unit, sniffing embezzlement with a side of human experimentation. I needed to vanish. But not before one last play. Controversial as hell. The kind that'd split Milford down the Bible Belt. Leak the full board roster. Names tied to the swap trials. Not just Harlan. Expose the mayor. The reverend who'd blessed the scholarships. The PDA prez with her designer purse funded by ghost donations. Anonymous manifesto. Dropped on WikiLeaks mirrors and local Reddit subs. The puppeteers of Westfield. How our leaders sacrificed kids for power. I typed it in a cyber cafe in Akron. VPN layered like onion skin. Fingers flying over keys sticky with someone else's soda. The doc clocked 5,000 words. Timelines. Bank traces. Victim statements from the few survivors who'd swapped back half-fried. Memories scrambled but coherent enough to ID Harlan's clinic in an abandoned mill. Mia's section gutted me. Her diary entries. Scanned from my old locker. Miss Emma says this'll make me smart like her. Fingers crossed. I hit publish at 2 a.m. Heart hammering. By breakfast. Phones buzzed nationwide. CNN picked it up. Small-town horror. Body swap ring exposed in Ohio school scandal. Back in Milford. Pandemonium. Protests swelled. Moms with strollers blocking board meetings. Dads in Carhartts torching effigies, no real flames. Just smoke and fury. American as apple pie. The mayor resigned by noon. Tearful presser blaming rogue elements. Cops raided Harlan's lake house, hauling servers and serums. But the controversy?
Me.
Forums dissected my role. Emma's the hero who blew the whistle, versus she pimped her own sister. Lock her up. Talk radio callers debated ethics over coffee, eugenics in the heartland, tech terror for the poor. One pundit on Fox called it the ultimate woke revenge porn, whatever the hell that meant. Harlan, from his cell in county lockup, somehow got word to me, a smuggled note via a guard's kid in my old drama club. Emma, game's not over. Your DNA's on those checks. Come clean, or I sing about Mia. Blackmail. His love language. I crumpled it, but doubt gnawed. The swap echoes lingered, his paranoia, my guilt, blending into a toxic cocktail. Was ending him the only way? Nah, too easy. Too final. Instead, I went nuclear. A deepfake video. Harlan in my body, archival footage doctored with AI from those forums. Confessing to offing the kid victims to cover tracks. Plant it anonymously. Let it seed doubt. Controversial? Deepfakes erode truth. But in this swamp, truth was already drowned. Upload complete. I hit the road south. Thumb out for a ride to Kentucky. A trucker named Buck picked me up. Bearded. Banjo strumming. Full of tall tales about Appalachian ghosts. Heard about that Ohio mess, he drawled over CB static. Swap than souls? Devil's work. I nodded, staring at cornfields blurring by. Mia's face superimposing on billboards. Worse than that. Buck. It's family. Nights bled into days. I crashed in Fleabagans. Job hunting under aliases. Barista in Lexington. Tutor in Nashville. But Milford pulled like gravity. News trickled. School reopened with fanfare. A new principal vowing transparency. Victims' families sued the district for millions. Settlements funded therapy wings. Harlan's trial loomed. Federal circus. Cameras galore. My deepfake? It worked too well. Prosecutors grilled him on admissions he couldn't explain, his denials sounding like lies. Public opinion swung, from villain to patsy. Whispers of a larger conspiracy. Then the call came from my burner to his lawyer. A sleazy suit named Vogel. Miss Grant, or should I say, Emma? Client wants a meet. No tricks.
Grant.
My father's name. The one I'd buried with Mom's ashes. The irony stung. I agreed. Wired myself with a recorder. Met in a neutral Denny's off the interstate. Harlan shuffled in, orange jumpsuit clashing with the grand slam platter. Eyes hollowed by detox from whatever pills kept his empire humming. You look good. Emma, he rasped, forking eggs. Skin suits you better than it did me. I slid into the booth. Voice steady, cut the charm. What's the play? He leaned in, breath sour. The twist you dropped? Smart, but sloppy. Feds trace the neural signatures, yours and mine. Entangled. Swap's permanent unless we reverse mutual. Deal, I recant. You turn state's evidence on the board. We both skate.
Lies. Probably.
But the echo hummed agreement, his memory of a fail-safe code, buried in a Cayman drive. Temptation clawed. Normalcy. A clean slate. Teach again. Maybe. Under a new name. But Mia's ghost whispered no. I covered for you once, I said. Never again. I stood, leaving him with a check and a napkin note. Rot. Driving west. Radio crackling indictments. I felt the tension coil tighter. The revenge arc arced toward tragedy, mine or his. Milford thrived. Anonymous savior, mythologized. But the secret reason? It left everyone, and me speechless, debating if salvation ever comes clean. Kentucky hills rolled like a green quilt under a merciless July sun, but my mind was stuck in Ohio's gray drizzle. I dyed my hair black, cropped it boy short, traded jeans for thrift store overalls, Emma Grant, reinvented as Ellie Grimes, farmhand on a tobacco spread near Bowling Green. Days blurred in backbreaking labor, weeding rows, hauling crates, the sting of nicotine gum on calloused hands. Nights, staring at motel ceilings, replaying the Denny's sit-down. Harlan's offer echoing like a bad country ballad. Reversal mutual, brains untangling, memories partitioning. Tempting. But trust a snake? I'd sooner French kiss a copperhead. News from Milford filtered through stolen Wi-Fi on library computers. The trial kicked off in federal court. Cuyahoga County. A media circus with satellite trucks clogging the square. Harlan, star defendant, played the martyr. Coerced by higher-ups, he claimed, finger jabbing at the mayor's empty seat. The deepfake held. Experts debated its authenticity. CNN panels fracturing along partisan lines. Fake news weaponized against the little guy. Versus tech terror demands regulation. My manifesto bore fruit. 3 board members flipped. Plea deals spilling guts on the swap ring. Victims testified, kids with vacant stares. Parents weeping over lost futures. Westfield High, thriving. Enrollment up. A mural in the lobby. Anonymous. Guardian of dreams. Silhouette of a hooded figure that looked suspiciously like Harlan in drag. Guilt gnawed deeper than the tobacco worms. I'd save the school. Sure. But at what cost? Mia's death wasn't just Harlan's sin, it was mine. Volunteering her for that opportunity after Mom's cancer drained us dry. It's painless. The recruiter, Harlan's plant, had cooed. Unlock her potential. Potential. Code for lab rat. And Dad? Mayor Grant. Absentee sperm donor who'd banged Mom in '92. Then ghosted. His hush money funded my teaching degree. Ironic tuition for the family business of corruption. A week into exile. Controversy crested. A podcaster, some true crime bro from Toledo, dropped episode 47, The Emma Enigma Hero. Hoax. Or Harbinger. He pieced it, swap logs matching my prison psych evals. Timelines syncing with Mia's OD. Was Emma the puppet master? Did she orchestrate the revenge from inside? Comments exploded, conspiracy threads linking me to Q-level fever dreams. Others canonizing as feminist avenger. I laughed. Bitter. Chopping onions in a diner kitchen for cash under the table. But the heat followed. A tipster, Vogel. Harlan's weasel, fed my alias to a PI. Black SUVs cruised the farm road. Questions at the gas station. Seen a girl with green eyes. Talks funny. Time to bolt. I hitched to Memphis. Blues joints and Beale Street crowds my camouflage. Bartending at a dive called Delta Blues. Slinging Sazeracs to tourists. I overheard whispers. That Ohio swap shit? It's here too, tech bros testing on the homeless. The ring wasn't dead. Harlan was the fall guy. A mid-level cog. Powers Hydra, cut 1 head, 2 grow. My next move? Controversial escalation. Hack the parent company. That Valley Dropouts firm. Neuralink Dynamics. Forums had backdoors. I sweet-talked a hacker kid college dropout. All Red Bull and regret. Over encrypted chat. Infiltrate their servers, I typed. Expose the blueprint. But frame it as a whistleblower leak from inside. The op went sideways fast. Kid ghosted mid-transfer. Servers alerting feds. By dawn, my face, pre-die, splashed on alerts. Fugitive accomplice in Neuralink probe. Memphis PD raided the bar. I slipped out a bathroom window. Heart jackhammering. Sprinting through alleys slick with gumbo grease. Footsteps echoed, chase scenes straight out of a Tarantino fever dream. Minus the dialogue. I vaulted a fence. Thorns ripping overalls. Emerged in a church lot where a yellow cab idled. Union Station. Pronto, I gasped, sliding low. Driver. An old black vet named Leroy. Eyed the rear view. Trouble. Missy. The worst kind. Train to Chicago. Sleeper car. $200 burned in a haze.
En route.
Harlan's trial verdict dropped. Guilty on all counts: embezzlement, manslaughter via experiments, conspiracy, life, no parole. Cheers erupted in the dining car. I toasted with lukewarm coffee. But the echo twisted. His final memory. Not rage,
but sorrow.
I did it for the town.
Emma.
Kept the lights on. Bullshit. But it humanized the monster. Made my revenge feel like matricide. Cheetown welcomed with wind-whipped grit. I crashed with a women's shelter contact. Ex-con network. Solidarity in sister scars. Days as a temp. Filing for lawyers who'd sooner bill than believe. Nights, digging deeper. Neuralink CEO. A smug prick named Vance Keller, Harlan's Valley hookup, tweeted platitudes. Innovation must serve humanity. I doxed him anonymously. Flight logs to Epstein-adjacent islands. Emails hawking swaps to Saudi princes. Drop it on X. Timed for trial wrap-up. Backlash instant. Boycotts. SEC probes. Stock tanking 40%. Controversial? Hell yes, vigilantes hacking elites? America loves it till it's their data. But the twist loomed. A package arrived at the shelter. Unmarked. Postmarked Milford.
Inside.
A USB and note in Vogel scrawl. Client's gift. Watch before you run. USB plugged into a library PC video file. Time-stamped prison visit. Harlan. Gaunt in orange. Facing camera. Emma, if you're seeing this. The reversal code? It's bait. Full swaps irreversible. Echoes are permanent. But the real secret? Mia didn't die. She's alive in my old body. Catatonic in a Neuralink vault. They swapped her to test longevity. Come for her, or she's dust.
Shock rooted me.
Mia, my sister. 16 forever, trapped in Harlan's husk? The betrayal inverted again. He'd known. Used it to lure me back. But if true. Redemption's thread. I wired the hacker kid. Alive. Spooked. Vault location. Reno facility. Guards light. But biometrics. Plan hatched. Infiltrate. Extract. Expose. Controversial decision numero uno. Mercy kill if needed? No, save her. Swap back. Let the world witness the horror. Road to Reno. Greyhound. Desert mirages mocking my resolve. Harlan's echo coached. His security codes. Vance's weaknesses. Coke habit. Mistresses. Arrived under cover of dust storm. Posing as a janitor hire. Fake ID. $500 well spent. Facility. Sterile bunker. Humming servers and cryopods. Heart pounding. I swiped in. Corridors echoing like a tomb. Vault B7. There she was. Mia in Harlan's body, silver hair on a slack face. Monitors beeping life support. Tears blurred. I unplugged. Wheeled her to a service van. Echoes screaming alarms. Escape? Clean. Till Chopper's word overhead. Vance's voice crackled on radio. Stand down.
Grant.
It's family business. Family is too. Twisted ties via board investments. High-speed desert chase. Van fishtailing. Mia's pod strapped tight. Bullets pinged non-lethal. But close. I veered into scrub. Ditched the van. Hiked to a pickup point. The hacker's crew. Off-grid anarchists with a medevac chopper. Lift off as dawn broke. Mia stabilized. Me vowing. One last leak. The video of her awakening. But tension crested. Would she remember? Forgive? The secret reason for saving the school? Not heroism. Sisterhood. Buried deep. The chopper thwopped over Nevada Badlands. Sun gilding canyons like fool's gold. Mia in Harlan's body. Tubes snaking from nostrils, stirred faintly. A groan rumbling from that unfamiliar chest. The anarchomedics. Tatted and tria-savvy. pumped her full of reversal serum, experimental cocktail, brewed from forum leaks and black market chems. Stable. But echoes'll hit hard, the lead doc. A pierced ex-pharma whistleblower named Jax warned over rotor wine. I gripped the pod's edge, knuckles white. Just bring her back. Whatever it takes. We touched down in a Utah ghost town, abandoned mining camp. Solar panels jury-rigged 2 outhouses. Safe house for the swapped. A underground railroad for neural refugees. Days blurred in vigil, for drips. EG scans. Me pacing floorboards creaking like old bones. Vance's feds combed Reno. But our trail vanished in digital smoke, proxies, burners, the hacker kid's ghost code. Milford buzzed distant. Vance indicted. Neuralink shuttered. School board purged. Anonymous hailed eternal guardian. Neurals multiplying. But my myth? Fractured. Podcast pivoted. Emma's ghost hunt. Fact or fabrication? Awakening hit on day 4. Storm raging outside. Lightning stitching sky. Mia's eyes, Harlan's ice blue, fluttered open. Locking on mine.
Eminencia.
Voice gravel. But hers high, hesitant, laced with sister's lilt. Echoes cascaded. She gasped, clutching temples. The mill.
Lights.
It hurt. I held her hand, his hand, liver spotted, sobbing apologies. I volunteered you.
Mia.
Thought it'd fix us. Mom's bills. Dad's shadow. I fucked up. She squeezed back. Weak but fierce. Knew the risks. You were my hero. Teaching rent lines in the trailer.
Swap.
Felt like flying. Till crash. Reversal progressed slow. Daily zaps from a salvaged rig. Neurons knitting. Harlan's memories bled out. Mia glimpsed his cruelties. Whimpered at the belt scars. He was broken too, she murmured one night. Fire crackling in a potbelly stove. But you saved me twice. Forgiveness. Raw as moonshine. Controversial? Keeping her in his skin till stable, ethical gray. Body dysmorphia on steroids. We debated euthanizing the shell. But no, fight for full revert, or live as hybrids. America's underbelly thrived on such debates, forums lit with post-human rights screeds. Vance's counterstrike landed mid-rehab. Jax burst in. Laptop smoking. They hacked the grid, traced the chopper manifest. The feds inbound. Choppers inbound. Vance's private muscle too. Extraction Plan B. Convoy south to Mexico. Border docks greased. But Mia, half-healed, insisted. One stop. Milford.
Showing the truth.
My gut twisted. Suicide? Or catharsis? The decision. Controversial apex. Return. Live stream the revert. Indict the world. Let them see what power costs, she said, standing shaky on atrophied legs. Road Odyssey. Armored van. Decoy routes. Jax's crew as shotgun choir. Cross state lines under stars. Radio scanning indictments. Vance fled to Dubai. Harlan suicided in Gen Pop. Staged? Whispers said. Milford loomed. Sodium lights haloing the water tower. Dawn arrival. Westfield High. Gates flung. Bleachers packed with ghost students. Parents. Press drones humming. I wheeled Mia on stage. Portable rig humming. Mayor's seat empty. Dad arrested.
Plea bargained to house arrest.
Crowd hushed. Phones up. As we hooked in. Milford, I broadcast. Voice amplified. Emma's again small. Steady. Anonymous isn't a hero. It's us, flawed. Furious. Family. Mia nodded. Electrodes glowing. The secret? We saved the school to save each other. From monsters we made. Reversal initiated. Agony anew. Bodies convulsing in strobe. Crowd gasped, some prayed. Others filmed. Neurons fired. Echoes purging. Harlan's sins. My guilt. Mia's fire. Click, bodies snap true.
Mia.
18 now in time's warp. Blinked in her own skin, slender. Scarred.
Alive.
Cheers, thundered. But twist reversed all. In the final dump, a file beamed live. Dad's letter. Confessing not abandonment, but protection. Kept you secret to shield from my world.
Emma.
Harlan knew, blackmailed me into the board.
Mia?
I funded her treatments anonymously. Forgive the ghost. Inversion complete. Villain to victim. My father. Crowd splintered. Boos for the dead. Hugs for the living. Mia and I embraced. Sisters were claimed. As feds approached, not cuffs, but witness deals. Vance extradited. Ring dismantled. Westfield, beacon now. Ethics classes on tech and temptation. Ending? No tidy bow. Mia enrolled late. Drama club or stage, I taught adjunct. Scars bared in memoirs that sparked debates. Revenge righteous or reckless. Milford argued over potlucks. Emma burned it down to build it better.
Me?
I walked hallways haunted no more. Anonymous no longer. Speechless? Nah vindicated. Voices raised against the swaps of power. But in quiet nights, Harlan's echo whispers, was it worth the skin? Always. I answer. For her, for us, America's dark heart, beating defiant.